Second noble truth is suffering can be overcome. Okay? The root of all disturbing negative minds is our grasping to things as they truly exist. Well, it is our clinging, it is our grasping that keeps us in suffering. Because now we go, okay, well, we now know that we're in suffering, and we know that it is our clinging and our grasping to things as if they were permanent, when in fact they're not permanent at all. That's keeping us in suffering. So if we know that grasping on these things can keep us into suffering, and we know that we're hanging on to family members and we're hanging on to everything that we can hang on to with all of our might, thinking that it's going to keep us happy and it keeps letting us down, that's what keeps us in suffering.
But it's easier said than done to let go of those things. That's the hard part.
You are absolutely right. It is easier said than done.
To let go of all these habits you've had and all these negative thoughts you've had.
Right.
It's hard to just say, oh, I'm going to be positive today. Let me just love the world and walk around real happy.
And the first time that negative person comes around, your I'm going to be a great day leaves. Right? Road rage. Prime example. You could be having a beautiful day. Get out on Abercorn Street.
Someone cuts you off.
Okay.
And where's your happiness?
Where's your happiness? They took your happiness. Why? Because you gave it to them. You gave them your happiness. They're driving down the road, cut you off, and now you're sitting back here calling them every name in the book, telling them they're number one with certain fingers. Right? They've gone on and they haven't given you a second thought. But yet we're going to sit back and we're going to fume that. I can't believe, who do they think they are? Don't they know this traffic is? Right? But we sit back and in our mind we stay angry with that person that hasn't given you a second thought.
But it's difficult to let stuff go.
It's very difficult. But it has to get to the point to where you're able to train yourself and train your mind to do it. And it's hard.
Oh,
it's hard. It's kind of like honking your horn in gridlock. Right? You sitting there in traffic on Abercorn, 4 lanes of traffic, 3 lanes of traffic, no one's moving, you're running late, and I guess the best thing to do is just honk your horn, right? Because you know the person in front of you is going to, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even see you back there. They're going to move out of your way, right? They're going to part like the Red Sea so that you can go through, right? But what did honking your horn do? Nothing. All it did was made a person over here look at this person and go, he thinks blowing his horn's going to do something. It's our mental afflictions. It's sitting there and fuming. Okay? It's a prime example. I was in a Port Authority and I watched this driver beat his truck to death. Like that truck actually did something to him. Because the line wasn't moving fast enough. And he's kicking his dash and he's kicking his doors. Really? How can you be so angry at something that you can't change? And the guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life, Master Shantideva, said that if you can't change it, why worry about it? And if you can change it, do something about it. So if it's something that you can change, by all means, do something about it. If you're going to watch the news, by all means, watch it. I'm all with keeping up with current events. But if there's nothing that you can do about it, why watch it? Why take all that negative into your mind if there's nothing that you plan on doing about it? Trash in, trash out. Have you ever heard that expression? Trash in, trash out? You bring trash into your mind, eventually it's going to fly out of your mouth. Never heard that?
Never heard it.
Trash in, trash out.
Yeah. You hear a lot about computers.
Yes.
Database.
Yep.
Building.
If you sit there and you bring enough negative energy into your mind, it's going to wind up coming out of your mouth. Because your mind is consumed by mostly negative energy. If you're going to watch the news, and we know the news is mostly negative, eventually negativity is going to start flying out of your mouth, not because you're a bad person, but because your mind is automatically consumed by it. We are what we think. In the Dhammapada, our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Suffering follows an evil thought as the wheels of the cart follows the oxen that draws it. Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Joy follows a pure thought, like a shadow that never leaves.
So how do you keep negative thoughts out of your head?
That's the tricky part. How do you keep negative thoughts out of your head? Become enlightened. Now, that's the ultimate answer, but...
So before we leave here today...
Every one of us, okay?
We're going to be enlightened. You heard him say it, right?
No, that's how you keep all the negative thoughts out of your head.
Raise your consciousness.
You replace the thought.
Become mindful. Okay? Become mindful. If you can become mindful of your thoughts, words, and actions. If you'll become mindful of your thoughts, your words, and your actions, we do something called the book. Okay? We took precepts, and we took 10 precepts. And every day you check those precepts every 2.5 hours. Did I tell a lie? No. Good, I didn't tell a lie. You become more mindful of your day. Know that when you walk out the door today and you get in your car and you're driving back to Savannah, there's going to be someone that's going to do something. It's life. But what you do is you be mindful when you walk out the door and go, you know what, I'm not going to let that person that cuts me off get to me. That's their karma. Don't bring on their negative energy into your mind. Be mindful about what you say. If you have a person that's an irritating person and you want to look at them and go, you are so irritating.
Say thank you.
Isn't there a rock or something you can climb under? Either that or you can go, you know what? Thank you. And then when they go, thank you for what? You're showing me that I've got a little bit more work to do. You're showing me that I need to work on my patience just a little bit more. Make that negative person your spiritual teacher. Make that negative, whatever it is, situation, your spiritual teacher. Now, that's tough. That's advanced practice. It's called lojong. And that's advanced practice. But that's how you start getting to the point to where your mental afflictions don't automatically screw you over. Because they're going to do it.